Abby here, and today I will be talking about this beautiful book right here called NEVERNIGHT by Kristoff. If you've already read the book, then you know why I'm putting this headband on. This book talk is actually divided into two sections. First is the non-spoiler section, and then the next section is the spoilery section where I'm free to talk and just let it all out. So without any further ado, let's begin. So for the non-spoiler section, I suck at giving summaries, and this book is a little bit hard to summarize without me probably spoiling stuff. So I am linking down in the description box the Goodreads link of the book, so you guys can go check it out if you want to know what it's all about, or if not, then that's completely fine, because like me, I dive into this book completely blind. This book is classified as a young adult book, but it doesn't feel like a YA book at all. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it so much. The only problem that I have is that I don't have a physical copy of the book, and I was reading it via ebook, and if I read books via ebook, I tend to read it slower than usual, so that is my problem. I feel like I am bleeding my eyes out the entire time while I was reading the book, so that's pretty a big minus for me. I wish to have a physical copy, and I'll definitely reread it. I'll probably enjoy it more. This book has a lot of violence and explicit scenes that are described in a very detailed fashion, so if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff, I don't think this book is for you. It's actually a very beautiful and brilliant book, but I don't think it is for everyone. I have a few friends that can get past chapter 3 because this book is a little bit difficult to get into. The book is actually divided into 3 sections. The first section consists of the first 100 pages of the book, and it's really slow and dragging with a lot of flashbacks, but after that, things will get really interesting, and also the chapters are shorter in the second part and the third part of the book. The writing style is really unique, which will actually turn out to be beautiful once you get used to it. There are also footnotes, which some people don't seem to read at all because they say it's not necessary, but some of it really cracks me up and some are just completely nonsense, but nonetheless, it's just really interesting, and I think it's really entertaining, and I don't have any problems with it at all, and I'm actually reading all the footnotes. I love the world building of this book. It's a really dark, gory, heavy fantasy read with a lot of characters and names that you really have to pay attention to. There's actually a part in this book which reminded me so much of House of Wax, and I really have to stop reading it because I feel like I'm going to puke. I mean, seriously, that part was just really gross, or I don't know, I'm just probably feeling sick, but yeah, it's just so gross. It makes me want to puke. I'm serious, dead serious about it. So that's it for the non-spoiler section. If you haven't read the book, I strongly suggest that you stop watching this video right now, or else you will regret it badly. So yeah, bye! So for the spoiler section, okay, so I haven't really done an in-depth discussion of a book my entire life, so I'll probably be talking a lot of nonsense stuff in here, so forgive me, but I'll try my best, I promise. The story actually follows the story of our main character here named Mia, who enters the Red Church, also known as the School of Assassins, in order to become a full-fledged blade because she wants to avenge her familia. So let's talk about Mia Corvair. She is a Darkin, and until the end of the book, we still haven't figured out what being a Darkin truly means. All we know is that she can summon, well, not really summon, more like she has this shadow pet companion that feeds on her fear and nightmares, making her stronger, fearless, and sharper. Mia don't know yet if she's a demon. Some people call her a demon. Some said that she's being marked by the mother, so she's like the chosen one, but we don't know that yet. And then she can also make herself invisible by throwing this shadow cloak on her that makes her invisible, but obviously I think it's useless and stupid because when she's using that kind of power, she can see and she can stumble to anyone. She can't fight, so that's pretty not a badass thing to do. So her shadow pet companion is actually shaped like a cat. It's really funny because it's actually described in the book as a not cat that stares with its not eyes, because it's really not a cat and it doesn't have eyes. It's just a shadow that forms like a cat. But the name is Mr. Kindly, and it's actually one of my favorite characters. I think he is very loyal to Mia, and I actually love their little banter here and there. I think it's really cute. So let's talk about Old Mercurio. Old Mercurio was the one who saved Mia when she escaped from those Illuminati guys that tried to drown her. Old Mercurio somehow kind of adopted her when she doesn't have anyone to go to. So he is actually Mia's first Shahid or slash master. Actually, he reminds me so much of Erbin Hamel from Throne of Glass, but we all know they're two very different characters. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I have this feeling that Old Mercurio is somehow related to Mia. Remember the part wherein he is very familiar with Mia's brooch, the one that her mom gave to her, and he also kind of have an idea what happened to her mom's family. So I have a feeling probably they're related. He is her granddad. We don't know that. All I want is that just keep Old Mercurio alive. I mean, he did so many things for Mia. He trained her, and I think he's such a very sweet old person, and I don't want him dead. And I also, one of my favorite lines from Old Mercurio is when he said, "The brighter the light, the deeper the shadows." I mean, wow, that's just a very nice line. And then I also like the part when he said that nothing is where you start. Know nothing, be nothing, because then you can do anything. I mean, that's just very touching. Okay, now let's talk about Trick. Trick is Mia's love interest. And oh god, oh god, oh god, remember that steamy scene? That is just very, very steamy. I mean, wow, that was mind-blowing. That was really good. But I don't think he is dead. I mean, they're not able to recover his body, so I think he is alive. Like, really, really very much alive. So you guys, whoever thinks that this ship is sinking, I don't think it is sinking. I think Trick is very much alive. Probably somebody saved him in the Whisperways. I really love the pacing of their relationship. Not so slow and not forced either. It's just so on point. The problem with some young adult fantasy books is that the romance is not the romance is actually incorporated very badly, and it becomes really cheesy, but it's not the case in this book. This book, the romance is perfect. There's no holding back. I don't know, it's just so beautifully written. It's not cheesy, it's just perfect, and I think it adds really, really, it actually makes the story so much interesting. I really feel sorry for Trick's past. I mean, that was just so heartbreaking and sad. But when Mia went to his granddad and poisoned him, it was just so badass when she said, if you should see him in your wonders by the hearth, tell Trick hello for me. Tell him I miss him. That was just so badass. I mean, look, oh my god, I was really actually crying at that part, because it was just, I hated the grandfather. Who does that to his own grandson? I mean, Mr. Shadow Stormbreaker, that he's actually called Stormbreaker, you're just so bad. I just hate you so much. And then let's talk about Lord Cassius. He's actually one of another favorite character of mine. I was really hoping that he could help Mia discover who she is, but he's dead now. And then his shadow pet named Eclipse, which is shaped like a wolf, also said that Lord Cassius never really questioned what he is. So he probably can't really answer Mia's question about being a Darkin. And since Lord Cassius is already dead, Mia actually has two pets now, Mr. Kindly and Eclipse. And one of the cutest scene in the book is when Eclipse was bereft from her master's death. So she was just rolling somewhere, and Mia has to go to her and ask her to join her, and that, I think that's just really cute. I mean, Eclipse is a really badass wolf shadow pet, and that was just the soft side of her. So I think maybe these shadow pets are not harmful at all. I think they're pretty good. I don't think they're demons, so I hope not, because I'll be really sad if Mr. Kindly or Eclipse turns out to be bad demons. I don't know. And also, when Lord Cassius anointed Mia to become a full-fledged blade, that was just so emotional. I was literally heartbroken. It was just so good. The way he kind of like put on his blood while he's dying, that was just so cool. Yeah. The next character that I want to talk about is Kaiba. He is actually the main villain in this book. I have no idea what this guy is capable of. He is one of the most powerful he is the head of the Senate, or like the government in God's grave. And Mia actually said in a part of this book that he is like the most powerful man. And Mia trained so hard to defeat him, so he probably is something. I don't know. So I'm kind of excited and scared to meet Skaiba in the next book. And then Hush. I think Hush will be Mia's ally. I don't know. He was pretty cool, and except that he's mute, so he have to do the tongueless hand gestures. And oh gosh, Diamo's death. I did not expect that Mia somehow faked solving the antidote for Diamo to steal. That was just so cool. But I do really feel sorry for Diamo and Jessamine, but they deserve that anyway. So then I also really didn't expect Ashlyn and Osric to be the traitors. I mean, I did not know that these two are working for the Illuminatis. I really thought that Ashlyn will be like Mia's best friend, something like that. But I guess things like that won't happen in this book. You can't just trust anybody. Yikes. And then the twins, Speaker Adonai and Mariella, or Marielle, I don't know. These two actually give me the creeps. Oh my god. Are they incest? They're incest, right? I think. The blood walk is just so gross. I will never dive into a pool full of blood just for the sake of teleporting. That's just so gross. And imagine coming out with blood soaking your body that you have to wash yourself after teleporting. It's just crazy. And then the part that actually made me want to puke is the part when Marielle was trying to do this thing to when Weaver Marielle was trying to do something to Mia's face, when she's trying to mend her broken nose and then do something with her flesh. I mean, that's just so, I don't know, it's just really gross. I didn't really like that part, but still it's cool, but it's just so gross. Like I could really feel the mending of her flesh and her nose and the thing that she's doing to her flesh. That's just so cringy and gross. Oh, and also her brother. So we know that Mia's dad was hung when she was 10 in front of everyone in God's grave, and then her mom was being captured and locked up in a really dark prison cell. That's why she's gone mad. But she's dead anyway. She died when Mia tried to save her when she was 14. But we don't know what happened to her brother. He was actually 4 years old when when he and her mom was taken. The main reason why I think that Mia's brother is actually alive is when Justica's Rama said, "I will give your brother your regards." We don't know if he is being held captive or he is being honed and trained to become like them or against Mia. We don't know if her brother Jonan, I actually forgot his name. We don't know if he is now an ally or probably or he's become the greatest weapon against Mia. We don't know that yet. He could be an ally, or he could probably be siding with the Illuminatis because he grew up with that. That's why I'm a little bit scared. I hope that he is fine. I mean, he probably is a really cute guy, so probably a really cute little kid, so I don't want him dead, or just please save him. And then the Library of the Dead. Oh my god, imagine going inside a really creepy library with actual giant bookworms. And then also Chronicler Alias is dead. Well, I didn't see that coming as well. I really like that old man, and he's also dead. I'm like, how in the world is this possible? They have the Library of the Dead with a dead person to manage it, and then with dead bookworms and books that disappear and come and go, and books that he hasn't seen yet. That's just so freaking weird. The ending of this book is really beautiful. I still have a lot of questions, like who is the Moon? Who is Cleo? We don't know that. Is Cleo related to Mia? We'll find out in the next book. I just really need a second book right now. I can't wait for the second book to come out. So that is all, my gentle friends. I don't want to keep this video super long, so yeah, that's it. Never flinch, never fear, and never forget. See you guys on my next video. Bye.